Good evening, viewers. This is Gauri Joshi Bhattacharjee for the NeUp, and we've got some updates. Number one, of course, what's trending in the country is the Ketan Agarwal, Sia Goyal, and Chetan Chaudhary case. I've made some videos analyzing the psychology and the sociology of this case. You can check them out. These are 3-minute reels, 4-minute reels, and a lot is already being said, on mainstream media. Of course, the police custody has been increased of the accused Sia Goyal and Chetan Chaudhary, seeing the intensity and the gravity of the case, and of course, the outpour of emotion for Ketan Agarwal. Um, Without going into the semantics or the kind of media trial that's already happening, um, the only thing is that law take its due course, and whatever is going on Instagram, which now brings together all the female murderesses and portrays them as a virus of the society. I would say give the same treatment to a Samarth Singh. um, Probably shame all men into not getting married, because if all women go bad once, one sociopath turns a murderer, the same way every man should be a rapist because one committed a rape. And you've got the case of a 65-year-old man who was brought to justice within 60 days of heinously, luring a 3-year-old, like a 3-year-old girl. Can you believe your ears? A 3-year-old girl, on the pretext of showing her a calf and raping her. He is 65 with a son and 2 married daughters. His family, of course, denounced him. What else could they do? And the funny part about justice is that it gets prolonged for the ones who can afford it to court cases, but the ones who do not have remedies. I'm not saying that, if somebody is poor and commits a crime, be kind to them. No, of course not. Be unkind to every criminal, but you know, Rahul Meena, who raped a 22-year-old IRS officer's daughter, in Kailash Hills, is, apprehended within 12 hours, while, you've got fugitives and you've got rapists and you've got other, people who, abet the suicide of a young girl from Noida who goes to live in Bhopal. And there is no such justice. And coming on the Thwesha Sharma case, there's been a theft reported at Kiribala Singh's residence. Now, don't take this as a prima facie crime. This is not a theft. This is probably an attempt, because some documents are also missing. This is probably an attempt to, sabotage the case, as, the mother-son duo are in remand. Now, interestingly, squadron leader Siddharth Singh, is the elder son of Giribala Singh, the retired judge, and the elder brother of Samar Singh, the accused. Um, I do understand he might be on duty, he might not be at home, but a 15 crore Bhopal property, once, the mother-son duo are in jail, I cannot fathom that there is no security in that area, that, such a thing happens, such a burglary happens. Coming to geopolitics, UK is actually now facing an election call. And, very recently, Prime Minister Keir Starmer of the UK, he stepped down, calling for new leadership. Now, the name that's coming up is Andy Burnham. Andy Burnham has lost twice in the Labour Party race to lead the Labour UK. Why will third time be the charm? I was listening to Liz Truss, who has been just a 44-day Prime Minister of the Conservatives, who said that, my reforms were so good and people within my own party were also, of course, she was sobbing and she was patting her own back. But what she said about Starmer was a very scathing, brutal, what you can say. It was a dissent towards him, that, this is not the kind of prime minister we should have had. And he was just out of touch and out of order, and did not really know what he was doing. She was softer towards Andy Burnham. But of course, we've got to understand that from a mayoral election to a by-election in the parliament, to, leading a country like the UK, which since 2008 has really plummeted when it comes to its reserves, its economy. It's the only country with monarchy apart from a few other European nations, but the like only prominent nation in the G7 and UN world order where a monarchy still exists. And apart from that as well, UK has a lot of instability politically. Conservatives ruled for 14 years before the Labour, replaced them 2 years ago. But of course, Keir Starmer's rule did not last over, 2 years. And that is the interesting part that, the leader who succeeds him, will he be able to complete a full term? Um, Now, these were some of the things that we could have discussed in India, but we are just so engrossed with cases of deaths because of intimate partner violence, be it the Twisha Sharma case or the Ketan Agarwal case, that we do not discuss politics. A neglected news piece is that there is a cabinet reshuffle that is in the works, and Hardeep Singh Puri and Dharmendra Pradhan, who are into energy and education respectively, will be dropped. Nirmala Sitharaman's portfolio will now be moved from finance to probably HRD, the Education Ministry, and Shakti Kanta Das, ex RBI governor, might find a place in this new cabinet. Anurag Thakur might make a re-entry into the cabinet. He was the sports minister. Of course, we know that Mansukh Mandviya, as health minister and sports minister and labor minister, has not really done well. So we do expect to see new faces. It's going to be seen how star faces like Jyotiraditya Scindia, Ashwini Vaishnav will be, faring in this new cabinet. And will this be a re-entry for Smriti Irani as well? George Kurian, whose Rajya Sabha term came to an end, he has resigned from the Minority Affairs Ministry. Um, Apart from that, the FIFA World Cup is in full swing. Japan and Brazil are bringing blows at each other. While Japan is saying that Brazil doesn't hold that kind of a, you know, um, hold on football the way it used to. Brazil is like, we're not going to fall into your mind games. So it's going to be very interesting to see who wins that match. In India, we have had a whitewash. We lost against Ireland. And this is the first time in 3 years we've lost tournament of T20 and of course on foreign soil. Now, very interestingly, the man who is behind the debacle of the Indian team is none other than an Indian himself. And there's been a lot of profiling of his. He is actually open to work since 2025 June, and he went for his masters in 2021 to the Ireland from India. So very, very interesting turn of events in the world of sports. NeUp is coming up with very interesting discussions on AI, the future of media, the future of news. We've already had a series, Hum PR Karne Wale, with 9 episodes. If you haven't watched, please do. And we keep uploading shorts to give you crisp bites of recent updates and important updates and analysis or takes of news events. This was the bulletin for tonight. Until next time, stay tuned and watching the NeUp for the latest news and updates. Thank you and good night.